Hello.
I was already recording. That's really funny. That's why you said it. That's super funny. Um, how's everybody doing? This is something a little different. This isn't a. What are you
Oh,
doing?
I was gonna be like, this is Eric,
Oh
and
yeah, you
I'm
can introduce you. Yeah, you can introduce me.
I'm Keely, and this is Eric.
This is Eric, and that is Keely. This is something a little different. Never did anything like this before. This is not a girl talk, even though this is a girl on my left. This is a podcast that was curated and created by Keely as well. And yeah, so I put this on her because if this is bad, it's on her. If this is good, it's on both of us. So
That's
we'll see
great.
how this goes. But with no wasting anybody's time, you already know who I am. I want her to introduce herself. You can kind of get to know her. This is a podcast that may see freaking 300 episodes. It may see 3 episodes. Who knows at this point? But I'll let her do her thing. Who am I talking to on my left?
You're talking to Keely. Should I say my last name, or is that too
I mean, whatever you want.
professional?
Is that too personal?
Maybe.
I mean, I do have a lot of like weirdos that follow
Okay.
me, so they probably will like Google your name and like find your Facebook photos or whatever. Like, oh, she
Okay.
cheered for her.
No,
Whatever.
that's
I wasn't gonna say it, but that's what they would see, and they'd be like, "Oh man." So you know how sick those are.
What's up? My name's Keely. I've known Eric since, how long has it been? Since 2014?
Since 2015.
15, yes. Maybe we should say how we met.
I was gonna. Was it 20? It was 2015.
It was 20.
How did we meet? We met on accident, right?
Yes.
So I'll tell the very truthful, honest story. She was talking to my friend Hakeem, and I was leaving the school, and they were out in front of the school. So I see Hakeem, and it was almost like a movie. So like he had a lot of crazy wild hair. So his hair was like blocking who was in front of him because she's a very small human. So as his hair is blocking her, I step in front of him like, "What's up, Hakeem?" And then I just see her, and I'm like, I've never seen this person before. And literally, I kid you not, I never seen her after that whole year. I thought she was maybe a figment of my imagination or an alien or something. So then the next year, we're in drama class. We have the same drama class together, and that's how we kind of gotten to know each other. Yeah.
Right. Like, I specifically remember that day, too, because actually I was late getting picked up. I was, like, probably a good hour late.
Super late.
Super late, and I was just standing out there by myself. I was super awkward, super uncomfortable. It was, like, my first day.
I think like your the guy that you were dating at the time, he got into a fight or something like that at the
No.
bus.
I wasn't dating anyone.
I swear you.
No, there was that one guy that came, I don't know if I said, like, came to the bus stop and had, like, the poster, or had, like, my name on the poster.
That
Is what
happened?
you're-
No, I thought you said somebody got.
That's
I don't
what
even
you're
know that
referring
story. No,
Okay, I was.
I don't even know what you're talking about. But I thought, like you said, I thought like at that time you were dating somebody, they got into a fight, and that's why you stayed over because it kind of like drifted. Maybe I'm making this
Maybe,
up. I don't know.
I don't remember that. No, because it was, like, my first, my first day or first week at First Coast.
That was not your first week of first. I feel like you don't remember this at all.
I do.
This was like in the middle of the school
I remember
year.
my outfit.
What did you have on?
I had on, like, this floral little crop top. I had some jeans and some shoes.
Oh, you had on shoes. I'm glad you had on shoes.
And I remember I was just standing out there by myself because I didn't know anyone. Oh no, my necklace fell apart. Because I didn't know anyone, and I was just standing there, and I just remember, like, you walked up and you're, like, full of this chaotic energy. You're like, "What's up? My name's Eric."
That did not happen. Now you're just making things up. I don't even think I introduced
No.
myself to you.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I swear. You're like,
I think you looked at Hakeem and said, "Who's the hottie?" And he was like,
I didn't say
"Yes, you
that.
said who's the hottie?" And he was like, "That's my friend Eric."
Right.
And
I
it
was
went from
checking
there.
you out. I was like, who is that guy?
Yeah.
I gotta get in his DM.
Yeah, that's exactly how it happened. I mean, do you want to tell them how you asked for my number that time?
Oh, great. Let's do that.
We were in drama class, and we were doing like a play or something, and it's a group play. And I think I don't forget what the play is, but either way, we had to get in a group to like finish it. So we had to finish it outside of school. So I guess she thought she was being very like slick. She asks for the group's number. "Hey everybody, what's your number? What's your number?" gets my number so I can get in the group chat. No group chat is made. No group chat is even
Right.
thought of. And she just
Right.
texts my phone as if like we're buddy after that. So basically, she finessed me out of my number. I didn't say yes. Also didn't say
Right.
no. You just got my number. So yeah, that's how that happened right there. So
Well, let me make some like what's that word?
adjustments or something.
Some adjustments to
Yeah.
that story. First of all, he was the one that asked for everyone's number.
I don't think that's.
I don't know why you're trying to be brand new right now.
I don't know.
You definitely were. I remember because I think the project was like we had to come up with a play or something or some kind of story.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, what's everyone's number so we can collab on it? And then I ended up doing all the work for it.
I don't remember that either. I don't remember
my
any of
gosh,
this story.
wow.
I remember you asked me for my number. You calling me hot stuff. You tried to say it under your breath, and yeah. But we're here today, and after that,
that's all that
we
matters.
it took a little minute to text because it was like it was a little just wasn't working for a second because she wouldn't text back or I wouldn't text back. Just busy people. But it ended up, lasting what 5-6 years at this point.
Yeah,
So
wow.
here we are
High five.
today, man. High five.
five.
So I'm just playing. I give you a high
No,
five.
it's
I give you one. Come on, I give you.
who is this?
I'm so
You're
lame.
so yes. This
All right, come
is
on,
the
come on.
done.
I'll give you one. I'll give you
Okay,
one. All right.
thank
So
you.
anyway, we're here today, and we're on the phone the other day. We haven't talked in years.
Like a year and a half.
Didn't wish me happy birthday. Yeah, man, it happens, right? It's not like you don't know everybody's birthday in the world, but it does. It's another story. We're on the phone the other day. She says, hey, let's do a podcast. I think it'd be interesting. And we don't have a name for this. This is how unprepared this is. It's kind of like a pilot episode, but we did write some things down. So, yeah, man, before we get into that, how are you doing today? What did you do today?
I'm doing great. I woke up a little late. That rhymed. I woke up around like 11:30 because I knew we needed to meet at 1. So I rushed, I got dressed, I went to Subway, and then my car died. And I had a little moment, a little cry moment. It was for like 10 minutes maybe. And as I was crying, I was eating my Subway. And I feel like that was the universe telling me just to like slow down.
You had like
take
tears
it
in your Subway sandwich?
a little bit.
Oh,
It was
man.
a couple of tears.
It's crazy.
It was pretty sad. I was just sitting there in my car, like, because my car battery, like the cable to it came loose. I was just sitting there waiting for it to be fixed, and I was eating my Subway, and I really enjoyed it. So now I'm having a better day.
I already know you get like a really disgusting Subway sandwich. I don't even like want to ask, but I can already imagine.
I'll tell you. I
Put
get
probably
the
like avocado in your Subway or something.
no, I
like
get the
that.
Italian BMT.
BMT. And what
I
is
don't know
that?
what that stands for. I
Was
really don't.
bacon, mayo, and what, tomatoes?
Ew, no. I don't know what the BMT stands for. I really don't. But
You
I
have the
get
BMT. Okay. Also, I don't mean to cut you off, but we
no,
have
okay.
have the cameraman.
Yes, I am looking right.
We have a third mic. He's off air.
Yeah, producer Anthony.
I don't know if that's what I would call him.
That's my name.
Don't know if that's what I would call him. Do you know what the BMT stands for?
I just what is on it? I probably can guess.
It's like ham, salami.
I'm just gonna go meat, maybe.
It could be.
I don't know. I didn't. Then the question is, what does the B stand for?
Right.
Black. I mean, not black, but
I just don't want to say big meat. That's ridiculous.
big meat toss. The BMT, that's hilarious. So yeah, you had a big meat toss today, and you cried on it. Hey, you're ridiculous. But hey, take his mic away. I don't know why I gave him a mic. What's wrong with
you're
this guy,
fired.
man? But so how long did it take you to?
I'm the Parks of this podcast.
Yeah, you are.
Yes.
So you did the thing where you cried and you got it fixed. How long did it take to get fixed?
Like literally, not even 5 minutes.
Not even. Oh, you were telling me like, oh my gosh, I'm going later. Like I thought you were gonna be super duper
Me
late.
too. I thought I was gonna be here or get here at like 4:00 or something.
I would have been in my bed if you would have said that. I would have not been over here. I would have been in my bed. Because when you texted me earlier today, you weren't texting back, and I was like, Keely, I was giving you like
I
5
know,
minutes. I
I
was like, if you
know.
don't text back, I'm about to go to sleep. Because I had woke up 8 o'clock in the morning to get a tape up. I haven't went to the barber since October, since I went to New York. and I went to the barber. I had a new barber shop now. It was really interesting. It was a guy who just got out of prison who works in that barber shop.
Oh,
He was
okay.
asking me like, he was like, hey man, where you work at, man? And he was like, hey man, because my godfather cuts my hair. He was like, hey, you write articles. He was like, who you write for? I said, this magazine called Complex. He was like, hey man, I've been in for about 20 years, man. I don't know what that is. You gotta let me know. So like they were like just basically giving him like he just didn't know what was going on. I don't even know if he knows what an iPhone is. The way he was talking, he just seemed so confused, man. Like,
What?
yeah, I don't.
Well, you said 20 years, right?
Yeah, I mean,
God.
if you heard Amp say "big me out," he probably his mind would have went completely the other way, man.
Oh,
So
poor guy.
probably have that every Tuesday in the not him. That guy was cool. Not him. I don't want him to find this when he gets away. Not him. Just saying, you probably heard that
Disclaimer,
term. Yeah, disclaimer. I don't want any smoke with that man right there. But yeah, I was very. What do you say? We were old people? Because I was finna go to sleep.
Yeah, we are old
I was about to
people.
go to sleep, man. Because I take naps. I mean, your sleep schedule's a little crazy right now,
my
so you're not
gosh.
taking a lot of naps,
Right.
but you take naps. You're an old person. What was your Instagram name?
Fruitful grandma. I
Fruitful
changed
Grandma.
it. I
You
was
did?
like,
Why did you
it's
change it?
time. It's time to change. I don't know. I'm probably gonna change it back.
Yeah, you're fruitful grandma. What's the new one?
It's just Keely. That's it.
I like it.
Pretty, yeah.
I like it, but fruitful grandma is you because you're like an old woman.
Right.
You like old things. You sent me like an old Asian woman.
Oh my! I love
talking.
her.
I don't know what I didn't watch it yet, but
Oh my
I gotta
gosh,
watch
me
it.
too.
Speaking of Asian people, I was watching this video. I meant to ask Amp about this off air, because I kind of want to talk about North Korea. This is really random, but
yes.
I was been watching a lot of North Korea stuff. Amp, did you see? I mean, did you know in the like '95 they threw like the biggest wrestling show in North Korea?
But that's on with Inoki.
Yeah, Inoki and Ric Flair and all that.
I know he had one where I think he fought like Ali or something.
No, Ali was there. Ali was no. That's completely different. He fought Ali, but that's not North Korea. That's a completely different event. I think he fought Ali in like Japan. But yeah, he fought Flair in North Korea, and it was 198,000 people at the arena. But they didn't know what wrestling was, so they were just looking at it in silence. So the whole thing is just them wrestling in complete silence. Like when they come out, they boo, they cheer. There's none of that.
I thought that was like their tradition.
No, you're talking about Japan. I think you're just being insensitive behind the mic. Japan and North Korea, two different places.
I think you're just giving me a hard time. I thought that's
Definitely.
I thought it was their customs.
No, in North Korea. Think about it. North Korea doesn't know what wrestling is. Their idea of wrestling is like the amateur wrestling. So when they're wrestling in college and stuff, they don't know about like pro wrestling and how it is such. So looking at the video when they came out, everybody came out to just complete silence because. Like, who were these people? And they were forced to go there. They didn't even want to go there. It was basically like a mandated. Like, you have to be here. Like, everybody in North Korea has to attend.
gosh.
And pretty crazy country, man. North Korea, man. You ever been there?
Of course.
You
Of course.
just like it? Shut up. But no, I watched this documentary on North Korea. I don't know. I mean, it's a docu-series. It's called, I think it's Inside the North Korea Dynasty. I don't know if you got a chance to watch that episode.
I didn't watch it.
I know you
Sorry.
didn't.
I seen like the thumbnail or whatever you sent me.
Yeah.
I watched the YouTube video you sent me though.
You did see that. I don't care about that. It's just, she said she seemed the thumbnail was like words. It didn't even have like it wasn't even a thing. It was like you're about to watch this video. That was the thumbnail. Thank you for looking at that thumbnail. That really helped. Give me some pound right
You're
there.
welcome.
No, so okay, I'll break it down because I didn't want to spoil it for you, but I guess I have to
fine.
spoil it to you now.
I'm
So
sorry.
the episode that I sent you, it was basically about this guy. He makes movies, but he was a kid at the time. His mom and dad were big film producers, and I think it was either Japan or South Korea. I'm not for sure, but I want to say it was Japan. Either one, I'm not for sure. But either way, they got kidnapped by North Korean officials to make propaganda films for them. So they went and got kidnapped, and they were able to send, like, so the son, he said, the first year they were kidnapped, he was like, okay, they'll come back. Second year they were kidnapped, oh, okay, probably they're dead. And the third year, they end up somehow sending him a voice recording, like a tape, and they recorded them talking, and Kim Jong, I forget which one of the Kim Jongs it is. It was Kim Jong, I think Sul or whatever, Il or something like that. And they recorded all of them talking. So like, hey, we're alive. So yeah, he trusted them so much that at that point, because they were there for like 3-4 years, he was like, yo, I want you to start making films in Poland for us. I want you to start basically conquering like the world. And they were sending them out by themselves. So one day they sent them out by themselves to like do some film stuff, and they end up escaping and coming back to their hometown or whatever. So that's just crazy to me. Like,
Woo, that
and
is terrifying.
you were scared to talk about this on the podcast. I was like, what do you think they're going to kidnap us and do like propaganda podcast?
Maybe, you never know.
Imagine that. That would be fun.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be fun.
Maybe we'd wear like different, like.
Oh, they see me with this pink hat, they might kill me. Oh my gosh. That would be really crazy. But yeah, it's just like looking at stuff like that. It just shows you how different like other worlds or other societies are. They seem like different worlds or whatnot.
Right.
So I don't know. I think you text me something like that. You was like, you forget that there's like other things in America, or whatever.
There's an entire like existing world outside of America. You know, and the customs are different, like religions, everything. It's like, especially North Korea, that just baffles me every time. Like, I still.
A crazy part in the film is like when the grandfather dies, they all ran because they have big statues of all of the leaders. They ran to the statue just like boohoo crying. It's like, oh my gosh, you're going. They're like, why? They're like crying to the statue. And I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna hold you. If Trump had a statue in America and if he died, I think his supporters would like go to that statue and cry.
Absolutely. I mean, there are videos of like, you know, speaking of TikTok, like people on TikTok, they're like, my president, he's gone. And it's like dramatic, like country music in the background. And it's like a grown man crying in his car. And I'm just like, oh my gosh.
I don't get it. It's so weird. It's like they idolize somebody who wouldn't care about them. Like Donald Trump does not care about you if you don't have money. Like if you got money, probably like you. But if you're like us, just regular old humans, probably just like laugh at you. Probably cough on you and give you COVID intentionally. Be like, die, you peasant. So I don't get that. It's so weird to me. Like, why do you think that people idolize people like the North Korea thing is different. They're forced to do that. But like a Trump thing, like what do you think it is about Trump where it goes from like, hey, I can relate to him to, I idolize this guy. And by the way, a lot of these people are like hardcore white Christians. And I feel like being a Christian and like being a super duper Trump supporter, I feel like that's like a contradicting thing. So I don't know. Why do you think that's a thing?
Well, for starters, I definitely feel like maybe they feel as if they can identify with him, being that he is, if you're speaking as far as white people, being that he is white. And also some of the things that he says, like, he's very much a supporter of, what's that word? I'm trying not to be like too offensive.
No, I mean, look who you're talking to right now. Come on. Think about the things that I say. Let's stop it.
Like the Make America Great Again slogan, the Mexican people are taking our jobs away. Yeah. They're coming to our country and ruining it. That whole mindset, he kind of amps that up. And many people that know, like they may say like a statement, but may not know like the facts behind it or like the inner workings of it. Like he's very much like an off the rip kind of guy. Like he says whatever. And some people tend to identify with that specifically, like the white people who support him and are against like any basically like integrating like any foreigners into the country, stuff like that. Like I can see like why they would idolize him for that, because they believe he's like going to be their savior. He's going to give them money, and they don't necessarily understand what comes behind getting money or how he even in the first place gained that gained his wealth, because it was just handed to him from his father. It's not going to be handed to them. They still have to, create it themselves. And I don't know. I think that's part of why they're like so hardcore for him.
Two things. One, I think I just came up with a title for this.
Oh, okay.
I don't. You said you don't even like the description of this, but maybe the Wholesome Hour.
The Wholesome Hour.
We'll think about that. Two, I'm finna mess your mind up. Third mic right here, big Trump guy. Got a MAGA hat in his closet. So, mess your mind up.
I'm not going to believe it because he's shaking his head.
Ask him. See what he says. You see, he didn't answer anything. He just shaking his head. Like, he didn't think I would say that.
Well, I didn't, I just said more so like,
Yeah, for sure.
I will say this. I did not vote for Biden.
Oh, see? Trump guy.
I'm going to leave it at that.
Big Trump guy right here, man. Big Trump Trump guy right here. I
can understand why he didn't vote for Biden either, It was like it was I don't know. It wasn't an easy voting. It hasn't been easy voting.
I remember one time we were doing a podcast here, and he tore his shirt open. He had a MAGA shirt on, like Hulk Hogan. Like he was like, "Rrr," it was like MAGA right there on his
Oh,
chest.
no.
It was really crazy, but he's not denying any of this. Anyway,
He doesn't have the energy. He's just like, give up.
Anyway, what was I saying? But no, I think you make a good point. I think it's weird when either side does it. Like I think I'm not gonna lie. I find humor in a lot of this, but when I see like people like go hard for like even like Biden or whatever, like people who are like, I'm not gonna lie, man, some people are just tap dancing for massa. But I've seen some crazy stuff. I've seen people like Joe Biden have like on his hat on backwards. They be like, Massa, you invited to the cookout, Massa, I like that hat back when I'm out. It's like,
No,
what's going
the
on?
one when Kamala, she was wearing
With
like
the fake
Chucks
Timbs
or
and
something.
shit? I don't know what she had
Timbs.
on.
Or like, I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, she probably
What is
locked her
going-
uncle up in '97. Like, it's crazy. So I have no idea why. I think it's people. I feel like people that do that. I would look at them as like weak-minded people. Like I've never seen any like strong-minded person. I feel like those people need to attach on to something.
Right.
Like these people probably need therapy. To be honest with you, like they probably never had good parents that they could really look up to, or maybe they have some certain things going on in their life right now where Trump gives them that power. Remember, remember when Kanye said that he wore the MAGA hat because if I gave him superpowers or something idiotic that he said.
yes.
So I feel like people, they need like something to hold on to, and they see Trump come out and like mock that disabled guy or whatever. Also, kind of like side note, what's the funniest Trump moment of all time?
The funniest Trump moment would have to be probably when him and Joe Biden their debate.
He was killing
He
Biden.
was
right there.
horrible. Like, I know this isn't funny to joke about, but I think he was like throwing shots at Joe Biden, like
Son?
yeah, he threw shots at his son, at his whole family. He was
going
just
crazy.
like going crazy on him, and people were like all for it.
Like he'll be like Joe Biden be like he'd be like the color white, and he'd be like, is Trump, man? He's like, that's the color of the substance your son sniffs, like he was going
Exactly,
crazy.
like-
He was just like, yeah, he was that's up there. I think the one, this is very bad, but the disabled thing is really crazy to me. And maybe the John McCain one, that's funny when he said because John McCain was captured in war and he escaped or whatnot, and they asked him like, do you respect John McCain? He said, no, I like my war heroes uncaptured. I was like, yeah, I guess he has it, but
What?
I guess great. Third, Mike, you got a favorite Trump moment that's made you laugh?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head, to be honest.
It's so many.
So
It's
many.
hard to really like pull from just one specific. But I get it,
for sure.
and like even to kind of
Oh, I got one. When
Okay.
he was doing the speech and he was like, "Look at my African American over there."
And I love the meme with it. That's funny. That's hilarious.
Nah, the best one was with the one with Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. I don't know why people like. He's like, that's crazy. If Trump retired and just became like a meme guy, I feel like he maybe
great.
come back in the good graces of people.
Right.
I feel like people who hated him might start to like him. I don't know. Am I? People forget stuff so easily because people hated George Bush about 10 years ago. Now he gives like Michelle Obama a lollipop and is like, oh my gosh, I love their friendship. So if Trump became like a meme maker where he just strictly just became like, I'm gonna make the funniest memes as possible, I honestly think people would start to like him. Am I tripping for saying that? I think
no.
that
I honestly I agree with that. I can see where you're coming from with that for sure. Yeah.
I might forgive him. I'm not gonna hold you. I might be like, hey, this guy got a good brain on him. But yeah, I think I think people are very critical of North Korea, but I think people act very similar ways into people like the North Korea do. The way that they idolize their leader, we idolize our leaders. Like I feel like there should be like a distinct from like respect and like, oh yeah, like I admire you. Like I can admire the work you do, but I feel like when we start idolizing people that we don't know, I feel like
Right.
that's very dangerous.
I mean, we do that on a daily basis,
Yeah.
like with celebrities. I feel like ever since the pandemic, like the whole celebrity appeal kind of like changed because like not only are we like stuck in the house or have to follow these rules, they have to as well. They're not able to go out and perform and appear as a celebrity as much as they would be before. So therefore we're like kind of able to relate to them more, or not completely being that they still have, money, but how they make their money is being a celebrity.
Yeah.
So it's like they're forced to do these weird things, and such as like make YouTube videos and like kind of integrate into like what I guess what regular people do or non-celebrities
Yeah.
do. And now there's like this weird second like close thing to a celebrity is like being an influencer, and that's like, I don't know, that's just so weird to me. Like,
Well, I never sent it to you, but there's this documentary I watched called Fake Famous. I think I told
yeah,
you
you
about
told
it.
me.
And there's this, it's an HBO Max documentary, or it's on HBO. And it's basically about, make a long story short, they have 100 people come and audition to be in the documentary about being fake famous. So what they do, they pick 3 people, they bought them Instagram followers, likes, comments, and they tried to see if they could set up stage photography places and try to see if it could create to real fame and actually become from buying followers to actually having real followers. So they got 3 people, and I don't want to spoil it, like, because I feel like I was riding along the journey, so I don't want to spoil it for anybody. But you should definitely watch it. Did you get a chance to watch that? Yeah.
No, not yet.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
watch
check
it.
it out for sure.
No, that is such a good, interesting documentary because, for example, one of my favorite ones was they were by, like, let's say if it's a TV right here, they put a picture of a sky, and then they put their person's head in the
Yeah.
toilet seat, and it was like on a first like plane ticket ride somewhere or whatever, and it was like, oh, on the jet. They even went so far that they rented out of, like, it's like a place in LA where it's like a jet, but it's like a fake jet, and they took
Yeah.
pictures, and they're like, hey, what's up, on a private jet sipping champagne, and people really bought it, and they were like, yo, I want to start living your life. And people, I don't know, it's a weird thing, man. I mean,
It is.
another thing we wrote down, social media. I guess that's like a perfect transition.
Yeah, that is.
Social media. We were gonna call this podcast, everything
Yeah,
sucks.
everything sucks. Everything sucks.
Social media sucks.
Just flip the table.
That's why we say we're old people, because I feel like a lot of things that me and her believe are very like old timey.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like women stay in the kitchen.
Right, that's
But yeah. Hey, you said
All right.
No, but seriously, like, we believe a lot of old timey things, and I feel like social media definitely has pros. I'm a person that has, gotten recognition, and I
Right.
got flown out to do things because of
Right.
social media. But man, if I wasn't doing what I was doing, I would not be on social media. Before I get into my recent social media thing
yeah.
with TikTok, I'll let you just kind of talk about social media, because you take breaks here and there.
Yes.
You just don't use it. You're not really that like super duper active. Like, you're not on there 24/7. So what is your relationship with social media?
Well, my relationship with social media, like, it first started out like somewhat unhealthy because, this was like in the time where like Kylie Jenner, she first got like her lips done, and so everybody wanted like the Kylie lips, and it had me kind of like looking at myself as if like, okay, I need to live up to that standard, and then there was another standard created and another standard created, and I was just like, this is a lot to keep up with, especially being, I would think I was like 16, 17 at the time, very like young, impressionable, like teenager. So, yeah, it did definitely start out more negative than positive. And once I felt myself no longer living in like my true nature, I was starting to live for social media, or I didn't even want to go places. I just wanted to take pictures of a cute outfit and then go home. Like, that's when I was like, okay, like, I need to take a break. This isn't me. This isn't like, I'm not happy doing this. Why does it matter if I get 80 likes on one picture, or if I get 100 likes on another picture? Like, I should not care this deeply. So that's part of why I take breaks. I take breaks whenever I feel like it's getting too overwhelming, or I'm just, yeah.
You just took a break, right? You just came back,
I
like
just came back
came
from
back.
break. Definitely.
How was that?
It was nice. It felt like I almost got like this sense of nostalgia because it brought me back before social media was truly a thing. It was like maybe when YouTube first came out, and people were just having fun, like enjoying life, and yeah, just brought back that feeling of not worrying about, oh, is so and so following me, or did they like my picture, or how many likes did I get? Oh, this picture's ugly, let me delete it. I didn't have that anxiety, that feeling as if, I was performing for someone or for something,
In theory, social media is so cool because you
It
can
is,
like
yeah.
reach out to people that's from Africa or family you haven't seen in ages.
Right.
You could communicate with people that you wouldn't be able to usually communicate with. Like, let's say you leave school or whatnot, you can go home and you can just look at pictures of that person. You can create a community of people. You could
Right.
post a cool picture of yourself, like, yo, I want to share this picture with my friends. The same way you would send it to your mom or something like that. You could post it for everybody to see. People can comment,
Right.
be like, oh man, this is cool. It's something that's like has become very very detrimental to people because it's nothing wrong with being influenced by things, but I feel like social media puts out things for you to be influenced and like the bad things to be
Right.
influenced by. Like it's not like, hey, go and do this positive thing. It's like, hey, go and get your butt done and scam a guy for $500. It's like I don't know. I don't know how you feel about this, but I don't know how I feel about like the glorification of like getting your body done. I don't think that it should be illegal or anything. Like if you want it,
Right.
like go and do your thing. But I don't know, like the glorification of like that. Because I feel like when you start to glorify it, you might even not even like consciously think bad about yourself. But
Right.
once you start seeing these girls with these nice bodies and hourglass shapes and no waist or whatever, you start to
Unrealistic.
look at you like, whoa,
Exactly.
I got this belly. I got this.
Not that you.
Yeah, she's looking at my. I call it. I have a Carmelo belly, as somebody once called it one time. And yeah, I got a little fludge. You know what I'm saying? I want my body
cha-cha.
done. I want a BBL. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so, but I've never. I don't think that. But let's say like a person that's never even thought about that. They start to see people, and that thoughts get inside their head, and it's kids looking at that. And you could easily say like,
Exactly.
you got to be a parent and do this or whatnot. But it's only so much you could do in 2021 as being a parent and controlling social media
Right.
because your kid is going to see some of that. But yeah, I don't know how you feel about that. But yeah.
No, like I agree. Like, like the whole body modification, like that is very detrimental, especially to younger viewers or even like, people our age. I mean, we're not that old, but
Yeah.
we're still young. Some people can't necessarily or tell the difference between like Facetune or surgery or natural because it's like just so many things contributing to, I guess, like body modification. Like there's people that will get their body done, their face done, and still like edit it and still use like there's now this app that you can literally edit yourself in real time, like through video. Like you can make your face smaller. It's just, it's very toxic, I feel like.
I feel like I seen
Or it can be.
it can be. I seen a girl. She had her body done already, and she posted a picture. And I guess she edited it wrong. She didn't have a belly button, and I was like, I don't think you have a like a deformity or anything. Because I went back on her older pictures, definitely had her belly button. Unless there's some new surgery where you get your belly button removed that I'm not aware of.
Right.
But I just see stuff like that, and I'm like, yo, people really go OD. And I mean, we were kind of talking about this as well, but everybody talks about freaking having mental health checkups
Right.
and stuff like that. But people really like need that. Like outside of like people just saying like it so they can get retweets like, hey, mental health is important. People really need to go to therapy. And I don't know if you want to talk about
Right.
therapy, but
Yeah,
like,
it's
how do you feel
okay.
about it?
Speaking of therapy, I go Monday.
Yeah.
Yes, a round of applause for that. Yeah, it's very important. Not only that you take care of your physical, you also take care of your mental because oftentimes where it stems from is your mental. Like you can look like like not to bash on like IG models or anything like that.
Spash.
But I don't know. You can, look like as beautiful or as like perfect as an IG model and on the inside feel as if you're still not enough, something's wrong, something's still off, and you're still editing these pictures and you're still doing things and you don't necessarily have a true sense of yourself. And that, like I said, stems from your mental. You have to form a healthier mental state. You have to form a healthier like relationship with yourself, viewing yourself in a more like honest light. Yeah, and therapy definitely helps with that. So
No, I feel like there's so many people in the world that could really benefit from therapy. I see some of these comments on my page. Like let's say if I like give like a album or a bad review,
right.
if you like can type just some crazy stuff like I remember somebody said that's why your mother's a prostitute and you need to be raped.
Oh Oh my God.
I was like,
What?
what? I was like, just because I didn't like XXXTentacion album? It's crazy. I mean, but his fans are also a different breed of humans. I'm not gonna hold you. His fans are a different breed of zoo animals. I'm not gonna hold you.
I thought you said zoo animal.
Different breed of zoo animals, and it's wild to see people just. We were talking about this when we were talking about guns and America and whatnot.
Yes.
I'm of the belief that we definitely need like stricter ways of getting guns.
Right.
Me and Keely may one day go to a gun show. You may see us go to a gun. We don't need any papers or anything. We just go get a gun. You know what I'm saying? We may do a gun show. It's gonna be very fun. But I'm now of the belief we just need to take all the guns away because Americans are very different than everybody else. I honestly feel like other countries, you take their stuff away, I'm like, all right, I guess whatever. But we're built on this freedom, and look, they mandated masks, and people act like slavery came back. So imagine taking away guns. I feel like these sick people. If you take away guns, they're not like, all right, I guess I'm not going to ship to school anymore and I have a gun to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people are going to find a way to do something sick and demented, even if it's kidnapping a woman and hurting them. Like, these people need help. So taking away guns is not solving anything. It's probably just making it worse because them people, they're probably going to find even more sick ways to do demented things. And I feel like people really, it's. I feel like everything's a meme. Black Lives Matter was a meme. Mental health is a meme. Everything is just, I'm going to say this so I can get a couple likes and retweets and stuff like that.
The performance aspect,
it's very performative. Very performative.
Not being genuine, not being yourself. Like, definitely
everything is performative.
Right. Like, I feel like we also tend to make things a meme to kind of take the seriousness out of it or to kind of make light of things. Like, especially with Twitter and like when COVID first broke out and a lot of people were just like terrified. You could go to Twitter and you would find like a funny meme about it or, like waiting on my stimuli hit, like stupid stuff like that. And it kind of made light of it. But also, like you said, with the guns, like I definitely feel like taking them away, like isn't necessarily going to take away the problem, So for sure.
Like if they took away guns and you wanted to like kill me, look at your muscles. Come on, show those muscles. You're going to hurt me. You're just going to find another way to just put me in a chokehold.
Just choke slam me.
You're going to choke slam me, right? I'm turning to Kane or Undertaker. Right. You're going to put me through the table, right?
I'm sorry. This is off topic. What is the Undertaker? Is it the tombstone?
Yeah, you're gonna tombstone me?
No, I would never do that. That would definitely do more than hurt you.
Imagine getting tombstone, buddy. That's insane. My feet are just all the way in the air because that's so funny. If you got tombstone by me, this would be the end of this podcast. I would never come on camera again. That would just be the most craziest thing. But people are gonna find ways to do crazy stuff, and I feel like to go back to this. I just kind of want to give people perspective. I want to go back to this, but give people perspective of your mind and who you are. When we met, you were very different. So I want to like get you guys to understand this. I'll let you explain it because you was you.
I mean, well, what do you like?
You know what I'm talking about. You were super duper. You're AOC. You're woke. You were super duper. Not saying that's a bad thing, but you were just if I say something wrong, you're just like, oh my gosh, Eric, how did you say that? I remember. Masculinity. Yeah, toxic masculinity. I remember one time we were talking about South Park. He was like, you know what? I just don't find that show funny. They made a joke about AIDS. It's funny about AIDS. So it's funny about AIDS. And then she did her shows like this. She looked at it. She said, it's funny about AIDS. And I've actually thought about it. I'm like, there's nothing really funny about AIDS. But the way you said that was really funny. But no, you are a person that I feel like as you got older, you were, because at that time, I don't think you wanted to see anything from the other side.
Exactly.
But now you can see things from both sides, and I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, if you could talk about just the evolution of, how you got that way.
Okay, so, I was like 16. I didn't really have like strong beliefs. I didn't necessarily have like I don't know, like a full personality at the time, and I was very much into Tumblr, and
you were.
Eric was like the opposite. He was like this very like trolly kind of guy. He made a lot of jokes, farted on people in class.
Fart on people in class? I don't remember that, but all right. That was funny, cameraman.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
That's not what I've been doing.
Sounds like you to me.
Right, doesn't it?
I've farted a couple times in this podcast. You probably just didn't hear it, but that's neither here nor the story.
Okay.
It's okay.
So yeah, he was like very much like he challenged what I would still call like my personality at the time. I was very much like, oh well, you're toxic if you believed anything other than what I believed, and I had to realize over time that wasn't any better. In order to truly grow, I have to be able to see like both sides to
I was thinking
everything.
about something. I'm gonna let you talking. Keep talking.
Um, and I slightly became like a little troll, mainly when I talk to Eric is when it comes out. But yeah,
You remember it was okay. So we were in class. Like I said, we had this drama class together. It was me. It was me, her, this girl named Leslie, and
yeah.
Trayvon. We also had this table. Do you remember? I had this picture. I was on this girl Instagram. She was like a famous person, and she was like super hairy, and she didn't shave her underarms. She also didn't believe in like putting on deodorant or anything, and it was just so funny hearing you defend that at the time. Not saying, I mean, if you want to live like
Right. I mean, I'm not against
yeah,
do what you want to
if you want to
do.
live like a complete homeless person, do your thing. But I mean, I remember you were talking about. You was like, maybe you was like deodorant actually
I was
messes up your
trying
pH level. Maybe she doesn't want to watch her thing.
Oh my
It's so
gosh.
funny. But
You're like, yeah, well, what if she doesn't shower for 5 days? And what if there are cockroaches in her pants or something? You're just like adding on to it. And I was just like trying
you
to.
brought it like I don't know. Sometimes when I meet somebody extreme, I go completely left.
Yes, that
Sometimes,
is
so that's what it
you.
is. So like when you were extreme, I would go completely extreme.
Completely.
You would be like, oh my gosh, Obama rocks. I'm like Trump rules. I go completely to the just complete other side of the spectrum.
No, I remember this. I have this one distinct memory. It was like me. I know it was Leslie, you, and who else was it?
Trayvon.
And I think Leslie or one of you guys, we were talking about like this was at the time Black Lives Matter first became a thing, and we were like, yeah, like we can't stand white people. There was a girl sitting at our table. I don't know if you
I
remember
remember
that.
her.
And she got up.
I remember like what is
We were terrible. Like she literally got up and walked away and went like to the
I
other.
remember that. Was I a part of that conversation?
Yes,
I didn't say anything bad about. I love the
No.
whites. Come on, I didn't say anything about them. Come on, that's
The
crazy.
whites.
I love the whites. But no, yeah, we were crazy back then, and
We were. That was.
I feel like one thing you've always like because it's things has changed, but for the most part, you're the like same human. Like from then, you're
Right,
just
right.
just certain things you grow out of, or some things you look at differently, whatever. But I feel like one
sure.
thing that stayed consistent was that you were very into like just like a lot of people are just like of the world. I feel like you thought
Yes.
like from just either if it's meditation or like spirituality type of things. Like you were never just a person that was just like just living of the world, if that makes any sense. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say, but I think you know what I'm saying. Like you always thought beyond just
Yeah.
this of this fake life we
Realm
live.
of
Yeah,
existence,
you always
yes.
hey, let's meditate. I'm going to meditate right now, or I'm looking at this video about some like religion or spirituality and stuff like
Right.
that. Is that something that like you've always like been like that even before you met me, or how was it like?
Yeah, for sure. Like growing up as a kid, I was very anxious. I was very shy, very quiet. I mean, my voice isn't very loud
Yeah.
either. So, I oftentimes I'd feel intimidated in loud settings and things like that. So a way to kind of ease my mind was through meditation and through like learning about spirituality and being able to kind of just realize like, okay, just I need to exist in the now. I shouldn't be worried about what other people are thinking. I should simply just focus on myself. So I kind of picked up that mindset about I don't know. I want to say probably like ninth grade. Like I always had like the idea. I just didn't know how to go about it until I started really doing research and I found like Buddhism and things of that sort. So yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I was picking on the girl for being like all hairy and stuff like that, but I could really see myself like just living in the woods and just
Right?
like
Just being with
just
nature.
being weird and just being out there like, oh yeah, well, why take a bath? We're out here by ourselves,
Who
like
knows? Who knows?
I could just be like, I could see me being like a like I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I would have been a part of this, but. I look at the hippie movement. It's a cool movement.
Yes.
Like that was a.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I wish we had that type of movement. Like I would prefer
Oh
the
my
hippie
gosh.
movement than the movement we
Yes,
have
then
today.
the freaking cancel culture
Yeah.
and woke like yeah, I agree. Like the hippie movement was definitely really cool. My grandpa actually, well, I guess I could say my step grandpa, he was like part of that movement. and he would tell me stories. Like, it was wild.
God, I would
It was
imagine.
wild. A
I
lot
would
of drugs,
imagine.
a lot of
I would imagine.
psychedelics. Like, he said, like, one time, like, he went out to Woodstock, I believe. And he said at the time he wore like a headband. His hair was like all the way past his shoulders.
man.
He had ripped up jeans, a very like typical hippie look. And he said they would just go out there. He said they were out there for like 5 days, just doing like smoking a lot of weed, doing psychedelics. They lived in a tent. He said it was like he hooked. Well, it was probably a little too personal, but like everybody was like hooking up with each other,
Just having fun.
like just being very just free
Yeah.
and like. But they're also like you have to be kind of cautious when you're being free. I feel like something that stemmed from the hippie movement, or I wouldn't necessarily say the hippie movement, was like I remember when this is so off topic. I remember Meg Thee Stallion first became like kind of popular, and she had like the whole hot girl summer. And it's giving girls like the freedom of like, oh, it's hot girl summer. Like, I can do whatever I want. I can be whoever I want. Like, I don't care. Like, but you just have to be cautious with that because, like you do have to care to an extent.
What did you say a couple years ago? It's funny about AIDS, right? Like,
Yeah, what's funny
it's funny about
exactly?
AIDS.
What is funny about
It's funny
AIDS?
about AIDS, guys. I'm not for sure, but no, I
Right.
mean, I feel like that may be a conversation for a whole different thing. Remember we were talking about the glorification and like versus
Oh,
the.
yes.
I don't know if we'll get yelled at for that one. Hey, should we talk about it, Amp?
Yeah, go ahead. It's your show. Guys, start.
Look at the MAGA guy. Of course he wants it.
Cancel the first episode.
I'm not on
I
camera.
know.
Look at I'm not on camera, so I won't get any of it. Look at this guy. Second episode. If you guys want to hear us talk about just everything we talk about, then let us
Yes,
know.
yes, please do.
But no, I would agree. I feel like but that goes back to religion and like spirituality. Like I feel like okay, so I say this all the time, but let's take the Black Panthers for example. To be a part of the Black Panthers, you had to be disciplined. You have to
Right.
stand on certain things, morals. So Fred Hampton, for example, I don't even know if this is in the movie. Did you get a chance to see that movie that came out about Fred Hampton?
No, I heard it was really good.
It's really good. Amp, you tell me if this is a movie or not. I can't remember. But were they trying? Was William O'Neill? Was he trying to give him drugs in that movie?
Oh wait, was it the Black
Yeah, he was
Panther?
trying to drug him.
No. Give him drugs.
Yeah.
Not drug him, but like, hey, bro, you wanna smoke some weed? You wanna like, was he doing that in the movie?
Nah, I got confused because he did drug him.
But no, not that. I'm saying like, was he offering him like consensual drugs? Not like.
No.
Well, that happened actually, like in
Oh
real
my
life.
God,
They were trying to give him drugs because they were like, yo, like let's try to like, like I don't know if you know the story of why am I forgetting the founders of the Black Panther name? You got Bobby Seale and you got Huey Newton. Huey Newton just became a crackhead basically. Like he
my
was just
gosh.
wilding out, and they were trying to do the same thing to Commissioner Fred, but he just wasn't going for it. So that's why they didn't have any dirt on him. They couldn't find. Remember, like they arrested for something really petty. I forget what he arrested for, but it was something really
Ice
petty.
cream.
Ice cream, because he didn't do anything illegal. He didn't do any drugs. He didn't do anything illegal, and they couldn't get anything on him. So that's why they had to force stuff on him. And I bring that back to say that. Back then, you had people that were just, I'm not going to do this. I'm a, just really be about what I want to protect myself, want to be healthy. I want to just live on some type of like discipline and rules and morals. I feel like now, freedom and just being like super free, like from the hippie movement, I feel like the cons from that could be that people don't have like any discipline. Like people have less morals because if you think about religion is a moral type
Right.
of thing. Like I say this all the time, like. What did you say? My fault.
Like rules.
Yeah, like rules and things like that. Like I say, like if like you don't supposed to eat pork if you're a Muslim. You got to wear the hijab and things like that. Like there's just certain things you do, and I feel like with like less religion, not saying everybody needs to be religious, but just saying that with like, just religious gives you stability and just some type of like something to live for. But I feel like when you don't really care about any of that, it's just like who gives? Like why would
Right.
I'm just living my life, and I feel
Right.
like there's so much more than just like earth, I feel like
For
there's
sure.
so much more just you could live for. I don't know, maybe I'm being too heady.
No, I definitely agree. Like you do have to instill some like form of self-discipline, some form of like order to your life because if you're just living with the flow of you do go with the flow of things, but if you're just kind of letting it take over your life, you're not ever really going to be completely stable. Like to bring back social media. Like, if you're living for social media, which is very up and down, new trends, new this, you're never going to be able to, really, really just be able to slow down and be happy and things of that sort. And, so I definitely agree with the self-discipline. There is more than earth, obviously.
It's so much more. I feel like people, because I say this all the time. I feel like people I feel like I keep cutting you off. I'm so sorry. Who are you saying?
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I feel like just a very short example. I feel like people will do anything for the bag, or people do anything for money or whatever. I think I used this on his live stream on his Patreon. You guys want to subscribe to that Random Acts of Podcast Patreon, or just a Random Acts of Podcast. Listen to it every week. Say flawless listen, amazing podcast.
It's lying, but keep going.
Anyway, so I said that people would do anything for the bag. That, let's say if I was a Muslim, if somebody gave me $1 million to pee on the Quran, and I did it,
right,
and I was a justification to be like, oh, it was for the bag. I feel like some people would do that because that's like a thing going back to social media that's being promoted. Like, that's a negative thing that I can feel like be influenced. Like, people will do anything for the bag. Like, oh, I can go to Dubai and let a guy take a boo-boo on my chest.
No,
it's for the bag.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
What's his name? He's like a football player. I would know his name. Odell Beckham.
Oh, man,
and that
crazy.
one girl was like, oh, he just wanted, I just took a poop in the toilet. I just filmed myself taking a poop. He really wanted me to poop on him. I was just like...
You know what's worse about that? She may have been lying. So the fact that she made that lie up and was like, "Oh, this is going to get some," that might even be worse. That might even be worse. The fact that you thought of that story beforehand, like, who can I? Odell, he's pretty popular, but what?
Right.
Boo boo, that's perfect. So
poop on him.
Yeah, that's so weird that. But like I said, it's for the bag.
It's for the bag, exactly. It's like
I don't know.
It's like this trance that people are under, and it's just like, it's not worth getting flued out.
It's not.
It's not worth, it's not worth it,
It's money. I mean, money is important because you need it to live, but...
Money comes and goes as well. You have to have if you're going to have a healthy relationship with anything, first have it with yourself, also have it with money, because you don't want money to control your every move, because that's when you're just basically selling your soul at that point.
Who's calling me?
Aww.
I should pick it up. I'm gonna pick it up on speaker.
Okay.
Hold on. She hung up. She's gonna call back. Hold on.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm doing this podcast and you are on speaker, so do not say anything crazy because they will hear you say whatever you're about to say.
Okay, you say where?
I'm at the podcast and you're on speaker. So I'm saying, like, you're live right now, so don't say anything crazy.
Boy, I'm about to do it.
All right, I'm going to hang up in your face. So I'm pretty sure you're going to ask me, do I want something to eat? I'll eat something later, all right?
So you're not eating? Okay, then.
All right.
I've been dipped on your butt.
All right, I'm going to hang up now, all right?
I'm trying to tell you.
All right, I'm hanging up.
I love your mom.
Anyway, she's insane. Crazy lady. What was I saying? She threw me off. I was talking about talking boo-boo on, right?
And the bag, selling your soul. That's what I was talking about.
We were just talking about just like, it's the bag that people do anything for, and I just feel like that's what I was about to say. Mm-hmm. I want to live like, I want to live like? What? I wish I could live like Jesus.
Jesus?
Like, Jesus, like, he did it for the people. He gave stuff away to the people. He was killed. He was
sacrificed.
He was walking around doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff for people. Mm-hmm. I was talking about therapy the other day in an interview I did, and they asked, like, do I want to do it? And I was like, if I was ever to do like a psychiatric work, I would want to have a lot of money so I wouldn't have to charge people, because I feel like if I want to help people, you do it for free. Like, I feel like an a-hole, like, charging people for mental health work. You know what I'm saying? Like, what type of person am I for that? So
exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to do it for the back. I want to do it for
myself,
people,
for
the people. You know, I don't want to do it because, or for the Instagram, or for for social media, or whatever. Like, people literally post stuff because it's like, oh my gosh! I mean, I seen a video of a girl at a gas pump sucking off a nozzle with a condom on it.
That.
What are you?
Oh my god!
You think she wanted to do that, or was that for the bag or for Instagram? You know, it's like, what are we doing here?
Exactly.
What are we doing
that here? Honestly, that video threw me off. I was like, what is going on? I was so confused. I mean, the fact that we're in a pandemic doesn't make it any better. I don't know why
She put a condom over it. So
I mean, you know, at least, right. I don't know. Maybe she was filming for like OnlyFans or something.
Why are you doing that? That's
I don't
insane.
know.
That is insane. We have this debate all the time about kink shaming. Super big kink shamer right here. He says that I shouldn't do it. I will kink shame you in a minute. If you're getting turned on by a girl sucking a gas pump nozzle, you need to be apprehended and thrown in jail immediately. You are a disgusting freak.
Oh my god.
I don't think there's any type of psychiatric work that can help that guy. So that is insane for people watching it and for her doing it. I don't know. I just like I wish that we were at a point in society where she didn't have to do that. Like, where the fact that we endorse that. She does it because it gets views. Like, I wish we as society could just be like, you know what? Let's not endorse foolishness. Let's endorse, like, other stuff. You
Exactly.
know, I engage in foolishness. I watch fights sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's like a little dose. You need it a little bit.
Oh, chaos,
But people are just going full out chaotic, you know?
For real, I mean... Oh my gosh, I feel like there's so many just off the wall videos I've seen on social media.
Give me one. Give me one on top of your head.
Okay.
First thing come to your head.
I gotta think about it. For some reason, the first thing that came to my head was like, it's kind of old. I think because I seen it resurface recently. It was like the shovel or whatever. This girl threw a shovel at someone.
Oh, the Sharkeisha thing?
No,
is that Shark?
No,
it's not Sharkeisha. I know what you're talking about.
No,
though.
Shovel Girl was a white girl.
Okay, yeah, I remember that.
I don't know why
I've seen
I thought
that.
about that. That randomly popped up in my head. But I mean, that's not obviously the only crazy video I've seen. Like,
I feel like people at this point where they'll stage fights and stuff like that because they know like it'll get views. Like, Amp knows this guy named Queen's Flip and stuff. It was this one dude that he posted. It was these Philly dudes. They went inside of a restaurant and they staged a fake argument.
what?
They pulled out fake guns this is not planned. I'm pretty sure everybody in the restaurant did not know what was going on.
Oh, no.
And it was like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Put out a fake gun, and everybody just panicked and start like running around. I was like, bro, what did society come to?
What is this?
Why are we doing this?
Right.
Why?
Maybe
we should name it Everything Sucks.
Yeah,
right?
Everything
Sucks.
Sucks.
Right?
Ugh.
It's crazy. So
Right. I agree. I mean, speaking of social media, you started your TikTok.
I just got a notification.
I know.
I don't know if you've seen that.
I seen it. I definitely did. I was like,
yeah.
how are you feeling with that? Like,
they don't like me on there, man.
You went
TikTok
crazy.
doesn't like me. But I will explain the TikTok story in chronological order.
Okay.
Deshaun commented on your video, whoever that is. Basically, him and this guy named Sachi for, how would you say long?
About a year.
I don't think it's been that long. Has the TikTok been on?
8 months.
8 months?
Yeah, TikTok.
So, okay, let's say 8 months. They've been begging me to do a TikTok. Finally make it last week. Posted a video last week, and it got like 5,000 views as of 2 days ago. I was like, okay, I guess that's pretty good. Right. So I posted another video, and I started eating. As she knows, I'm quick to text her, hey, BRB, about to eat. Do not pick up my phone while I'm eating. I am eating. I don't want to talk to you. Don't want to text you.
I can respect that.
You know, just big greedy guy. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's why I have this belly right here. But yeah, so I'm eating, and I see a whole bunch of notifications pop on my phone because my phone is right next to me. This person liked it. This person commented. This person liked it. This person commented. And it's just really crazy that I pick up my phone and I see 11,000 views in like probably 30 minutes. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? So I call my friend Nate number 8, who I'm pretty sure you guys have seen on here before. And he was like, yeah, you're probably in the algorithm. And he looks at it 5 minutes later, it's at 17,000 views. I'm like, whoa. So later that day, 50,000 views. And at that point, I uploaded another video, but I had my mom retwist my hair so I'm not by the phone. Go back to my phone. That video, the newer video, is at like 100,000, and the other one's at 99,000. Fast forward, wake up, it's at 500,000 at that point yesterday.
Oh my gosh. Are you at 1 million?
No, they took it down. So that's why I said TikTok does not like me. They've taken down 3 of my videos. They've muted 1, they took down 2, and they're not really rocking with me. They said,
Should we flick them off?
Do it. Come on. That's not. I don't think that's in your blood. But come on.
I want to do it so bad. I want to. Just imagine me doing it, breathing hard, like.
You just breathe hard. I'm gonna flick them off.
That makes me so upset for you.
I didn't really care about that anyway. But they I posted another video yesterday, and that was going up. They took that down this morning,
Right.
so that's not on there. I'm violating their guidelines.
What a hole.
Yeah, apparently I'm not supposed to post certain stuff on there. So
Are you kidding me?
yeah. So.
Are you kidding? I mean, I know not very many people may not. Well, I don't know. You know, like James Charles. You know who that is?
Yeah, I mean he's like a really famous person.
Yeah, and like supposedly, like, well, the scandal came out that he was, I don't know, sending pictures or like communicating with underage like fans,
On
people
TikTok?
of that sort. Well, he was finding them on social media, and like people were making TikToks about it. And as of right now, I mean, I don't think his TikTok has been deleted. He's like collabing with like these huge, but you know, it's just
Isn't he
it's not-
racist?
I don't know, maybe. Who knows?
I feel like I've seen a
I'm not
video of
trying to
him saying
bash
something
anyone, but
racist.
still, yeah.
Oh, we can bash racist. I think.
Yeah.
You gotta confuse the other guy.
Who?
James Charles, he's like a younger dude.
Yeah, he's like into makeup, stuff
Yeah,
like
you
that.
talking about the one that was dating that basketball player?
No, I'm not.
Oh,
talking
Jeffree Star?
Oh, Jeffree Star. Sorry, I was talking about Jeffree Star.
yeah. It's like, you know, there's also privilege with social media. What are you
I almost said something crazy, but keep going.
No, say it.
No,
say
I'm not gonna say what I'm about to say. I was whispering. I was whispering. I was gonna whisper
Yeah,
here.
knowing you, don't say.
Nothing.
Yeah, but it's like these people, you know, like their social media stay up. Their videos don't get demonetized. They still get the upper hand. Like, it's not fair. And I mean, I don't think it's fair for them to even do that. Like,
I felt unfair. I felt like that one boy Keedron, is that his name? The guy that was singing singing it. I felt like him.
Oh, Keyjon Bryant.
Yeah, Am could sing it, man. That's how I felt, man. Sing it for us one time, bro.
what is it? What?
You ever seen that video that he's like, go, you gonna do it?
Oh, I'm about to say the song "Young Black Man."
Oh,
felt-
he's from here.
He's from Jacksonville.
Yeah.
He's from Orlando. I mean
Oh.
Orange Park.
Oh,
Nah.
yeah. I mean, does he claim Jacksonville? I seen him at the Jacksonville Jaguar Stadium with a Jalen Ramsey t-shirt singing that song.
I don't know. You
Oh,
just
wow.
say he say he from Orange Park. So I don't know.
Wow, why would you just say Jacksonville? Like,
I don't know. I kind of want to hear Am sing it.
Jacksonville's
Though.
huge.
Am sing that song all the time.
Nah, I'm not.
Come on, bro. I'm a young black man. That video is so ridiculous, man.
Leave him alone.
The cop
Leave
was
him
like,
alone.
"Gonna blow your head off, nigger."
Oh my
I'm
god.
a young black man. That video's great.
It's disgusting. The
That video's
privilege-
disgusting?
No,
Oh.
no, no,
Oh.
no, not the video. No.
You hating on young Keedron Bryant?
Right? He has a hater. I'm kidding. I don't hate him.
About the same size as
He's
him.
an angel.
He's
No.
like what is he, 15, 14? How old is he?
I want to say like 13.
13? Oh, he's young.
Oh, he's
He's
a
a little kid.
baby.
Interesting. Why they got him singing slave songs?
I don't know.
Bro,
You say he did the Candy Rain?
no.
That's terrible.
Bro, he was in the crib I feel like he's crying on the videos. Like he be crying. Like he be bro, who is forcing him to do this, bro?
Right.
Like there's no way he's listening to that music by himself, like voluntarily.
You said his album was hard.
His album was pretty good.
I just consider him a gospel artist,
Right.
and gospel artists a little.
You see he was in that Gucci Jeezy verses, he commented.
I
He
think
be in all
I've
the
seen that.
verses.
Yeah.
He was like, what did he say? He's like, I don't know about this type of music.
Oh yeah, he did say that.
He said,
He's
this
so
is-
young.
That's super funny. But
That's
That
social
was clearly
media.
his mom. His mom was on his account doing that.
that's funny. But that's crazy. I wonder, like, when he goes to school, do you think he'd be talking about girls and stuff? Like,
Of
what you think he
course.
talking about? Like, you
Yeah,
think?
got him. He be trying to baptize the kids. And
Yeah, they be like, "Hey, bro, she fine." They be like, "You gonna smash?" He be like, "I'm a young black." He just be singing this song to him. It's hilarious, man. You ever went to school with somebody like that? Like, you ever went to school with somebody that's just like, I don't know. It seems like they're not being them. Like, they're not being a young person. Like, they're just being like a. It's like, I don't know. I feel like it's usually like people who's raised in a church. Like, they're like, you know,
Very
yeah.
like, oh, I don't do that because
But it's different, like, because I know a girl named Benet who I went to Darnell with, and I can tell it's genuinely her. Like, I remember she was telling me this story at Darnell. She was like, I was on the bus with these boys, and they just start to cussing, and I was like, watch your mouth. But that's really her. But I've seen people where I'm like, that's no way that's you. I mean, that's in life. Like, you see people that's, like, try to be tough and stuff, and it's like, that's
Right.
not you. People are just weird, man. People are weird. People do things for other people, you know?
right. pleasing other people, things of that sort. I mean, I can kind of relate to that. You know, sometimes like the first impression I give people is that like, oh, you're innocent, or people are like, why are you trying to act innocent and trying to act that, like you don't cuss? Why don't you cuss? I'm like, I cuss, you know, sometimes. I kind of have a potty mouth. I do. If I get, you know, real angry or something, then I'll get, you know, start cussing, whatever.
You're talking like somebody who does it because that's really funny.
I do. I promise, like, no one believes that I do. I don't know why, but, yeah, living for other people or living because, or how people see you, so.
I remember you cussed one time in an Instagram video, and it was everybody was like, "Oh my god, you're
Right,
a
that's
cuss
the
word."
thing. I'm just like, I cuss, like, I'm a human. Like,
And
we're
if you know it, like you know,
humans.
like on WWE when like they say the B word, and they're like, "Oh, they let them say that." It's like that's like when she curses. It's like, whoa, she's breaking the fourth wall. That's super funny. You hate that?
It's not that I hate it. I don't like it, you know, because it puts you in a box,
Yeah.
you know. So I can definitely relate to that. Not being
That
yourself
is
or not
you,
being
though.
young.
That is you though. Like you are like the non-cursing, like the like the way people
be.
depict you. I feel like you that make it annoying because it's like I'm not just that. Like that's the only way they look at you.
Right? Like, more.
But you are like a really really nice human. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
I try to be, you know.
You
I
are.
try to treat people how I want to be treated. You know, like I was just thinking, like when people meet me or when I'm in someone's life, I may not have full control of it, but I don't want to be like an added stress to them.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be someone that they can feel comfortable with, someone that they can feel like good energy.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like a way for me to even do that is to also make sure I'm okay. Like, you know, stems back to mental health, make sure I'm mentally stable, I'm healthy, so I can be a healthy influence on people. You know, I can be like, you know, peaceful or something. I don't want to be all chaotic and, you know, hurting people and stuff like that because karma exists.
No, I feel like you are a person that when you get comfortable with a person, then you could like be more, I guess, chaotic or whatever. Like when you first meet people, you're the nicest person. Like when you first met me, you were the like most just angelic person that I've ever met.
I was so scared. I was just like, hi. You're just like, my name's Eric.
That didn't happen.
You want to follow my Instagram? You ain't packing me. I'm like, okay, this is a cool guy.
I don't even, you know, I act more like you than that. I'm not like a out there like.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't come over here and say follow. Hey, my name is You Ain't Packing Me. I've never said that to anybody. People call me that. I've never said, hey, you ain't packing me. Who are you? Stop it. Never did that in a day of my life. I feel weird when people ask me my Instagram and they're like, yeah, what's your Instagram? I'm like,
Right,
let me spell it for you. I said, let me spell it for you.
Oh, I feel you.
I remember one time I was at Lee doing summer school, and he was his hood dude. He was asking everybody to follow. He was like, "Hey, bro, what's your IG?"
No.
And I said, I spelled it out for him. He said, "You ain't." Nah, I ain't gonna follow you, bro. I'm good. I was like, oh, man. I felt so embarrassed, but I think his name was PJ. Shout out to PJ.
Why does that sound familiar?
Shout out to PJ. Man. I doubt you know PJ.
I don't know. Shout out to PJ,
Shout out
though.
to PJ. I guess speaking of hood dudes, I guess we can talk about that. Your favorite YouTuber.
Who?
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Who we talked about yesterday. He was like, I know that guy.
I'm drawing a blank right now.
She's a Trapler Ross stan.
Oh my gosh. No, I am not.
Big Trapler Ross.
Episode's over.
Episode's over.
No, I am not.
Oh my gosh, man, that guy's
way.
great, man. Did I take screenshots? I just took some
Yes,
screenshots
please,
of a couple comments in his.
Yeah,
I'll
let's
just go there
hear
right
it.
now.
Let's
Hold on.
hear it.
So basically, while I'm doing this, I feel like the third mic, he can amp. I feel like he can explain who Trapler Ross is before I get to, because I gotta find it.
Trapler Ross, he's just pretty much the white academics. He's just pretty much doing commentary on the culture. And he does it in a very weird way. For example, he was doing a video about Grape Street Crips.
Oh, I seen
my
that.
gosh.
I think O3 Guido, right?
Yeah, 03 Greedo.
Yeah,
and he had grapes, like literally purple grapes. He had a purple bandana.
And he had
He does all kind of
tattoos.
face tattoos. He does all kind of weird stuff, and he just like commentates on the culture. the one that really disturbed me was when he was talking about all the people in Chicago that were linked to like killings and whatnot.
Yeah.
He did it like a week before King Von died.
Yeah, it was the
Oh
King
my
Von video.
goodness.
It was titled King Von, the Assassin of Chicago.
Yeah, and he did it literally the week before King Von got killed. And he was talking about all the killings King Von was linked to, all the ones that he possibly did and whatnot. And like didn't he hack like a dead girl's DMs or something, like an IG?
No, somebody else did, and he was recounting it.
Yeah, and they like DM King Von from the dead girl's account or something like that. It was really weird.
And then the way it ended was because it was like something like, I think he did kill her, and then it was like dun dun to be continued.
Yeah, and then he died the next
Then
week.
he died like a couple weeks later or
my
something like that.
gosh.
But even the reason I bring him up, it's not even just him. It's I mean, I don't really talk about this too much, but I don't know, somebody from St. Louis is calling me. I don't know what that is. But yeah. The Jacksonville song went viral. Pretty sure everybody's seen that. The Who I
Yes.
Smoke song. And me and Amp said, like, give him like a week or two. Trapler Ross is going to have a 2-hour feature film on his channel breaking that down. And I think it's just interesting the way people look at that. And I was just looking through his comments, and somebody, I remember one off the top of my head, I can't find it anymore, but somebody commented, it was like, Jacksonville finally on Trapler Ross page? This is awesome.
No.
And I was like, what? And they were just like talking about like a TV show. It's like, yo, I've been keeping up with this since 2016. And somebody said, my favorite character is, and then they named like a person or whatever. And I don't know if that was on his page or if that was somebody else's page, but I just like, I don't know. I have this thing. She knows about it. I hate watch stuff a lot.
Yes.
And I've been hate watching a lot of stuff, man. I've been watching this one racist YouTuber who breaks down wrestling. He hates the black women wrestling. Oh my gosh, man. He's I don't know why I watch him either. He was like just going crazy.
I'm just waiting for you to do the voice impersonation. That's why I'm getting excited.
I might need the hat to do that. That's funny. I got a cowboy hat. I can definitely do it. I'll do it. But moral of the story is, it's crazy how people look at just like, I'm not gonna say black people, but it is a black thing. But the way people just look at other humans as just like characters on TV shows and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just, and then I think the fact that it's from Jacksonville, it's even more like, oh man, like, this is crazy. Like I might know that person or whatever. And I seen a TikTok video where it was like all the dead people mentioned in this song, and there was like flashing pictures of the people or whatever.
Gosh.
I was like, yo, this is like
This is
insane
sick.
or whatever. So
Right.
yeah, man, there's footage of like a lot of these people dying on the internet. Somebody sent me a video of one of the people I knew that was like mentioned one of the songs that was like he was like bleeding out to death. I was like, bro, why'd you send me this video?
goodness,
Like I didn't want to
right.
see that. I
Right.
think people are desensitized.
We
I
are.
think that's like the moral of what I'm trying to get to. People are desensitized
Very.
to a lot. Because you were talking about how we make humor out of a lot of things, which is good, but I think we like joke about people dying like a little too much. I feel like when somebody dies, it's like, oh, let me make a viral tweet about this person dying.
Exactly.
It's
Or
like,
film,
Yeah.
that person dying instead of helping them. Like,
so yeah,
that's-
I feel like people are just too desensitized to just
Right.
death. I'm just say death. I feel like death is too desensitized. Am I tripping?
No, you're 100% right. Like, I feel like we have seen so many deaths, like, just on video. Like, I seen a video, it was like some guys, they were just like in like a fast food restaurant, whatever. And the guy went to turn around, it was like 3 guys that walked in. It was like a shoot off. And then I seen a guy that was dead. He like fell to the ground and was bleeding out. And it was just too much. And it's like, also seeing like the police killings, one video after the next, after the next, after the next. It's just like, it's overwhelming, and it's also making us, and like you said, like desensitizing, if that's a word. But yeah.
No, I mean, okay, somebody who's literally desensitized to this is him, all jokes aside, because you said that you grew up watching, your dad made you watch
Right.
gruesome stuff for whatever reason. I don't know why he did that. So would you say that when you see these things, do you ever feel like you're desensitized, or you just don't even realize?
Yeah, I just been desensitized since I was a kid. Literally from that.
You
watching. I'm a way older than y'all, so used to be a website called Rotten.com, literally where you could just look up like autopsies and like people just getting killed
my
and whatnot.
gosh.
And my dad used to look at it, and from when I see that now, when I see like dead bodies, it doesn't do anything for me.
Like, hey, Anthony, come look at this.
Yeah, pretty much.
What? Oh, it's
You ever seen one of the ISIS beheadings?
Oh, I never
Yeah,
seen
they
that.
don't. I don't flinch.
Look at this guy. This is crazy. I couldn't do that. Like
Yeah.
My day would be ruined. My
I'd watch
month.
videos where like somebody will pull up. It'd be like a cartel video. I've watched all the cartel videos, just scrolling past. Like it just be like 30 people, and they just come and just kill all 30 of the people.
Oh my
I just be
gosh.
like, oh, damn, that's crazy.
you're a grim person though, because like you even say people be like, yeah, that was pretty dark. Like you do it all the time. Like you'll say something, don't you realize it's dark.
Yeah, blame my father.
You know, so I feel like people are so desensitized to things, and I don't know, man. People should really. It's like eating. It's like you need to watch what you eat. I feel like you need to watch what you see as well, because you put bad things in your body, bad things, may come out.
Exactly.
You see bad things in your brain, bad things are gonna come out. So
Nightmares, things like that.
things like that. I feel like people need to. I don't know, man. People should really be cautious of what's on their timeline. Even like not even death, but just like even when you see like the bodies and stuff, you get desensitized to like that type of stuff, and you're just like, oh yeah, of course I need plastic surgery done and stuff.
Right.
Of course,
But you just gotta watch it because, for example, I watch that stuff, but I would never harm anybody.
Yeah.
I would
Right.
never want to see anybody get harmed.
Exactly.
that is you though.
Yeah,
That is because who's to say that a lot of mass shooters aren't people that grew up desensitized from watching other, you know what I'm saying, like crazy stuff or whatever, and it's just like they don't feel anything, But I don't
That's
think.
like a sociopath.
Yeah. I think it's deeper than that. Though. Like I feel like people who shoot up schools is way deeper than I
yeah.
watch like a Rotten.com
They're like
video.
usually bullied.
Yeah,
Their home life is
like father
Yeah.
issues and probably like stuff like that from home. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how many times we gotta say it, but just really, go. If you got insurance to cover it, go get therapy. If you don't have insurance, just look up ways on the internet. There's ways there's free things on the internet that just help you. I showed her this cool breathing app that I use.
Yeah, it's really
it's called
helpful.
Breathwork, if I'm not mistaken, and it basically just helps you with anxiety, depression. Let's say if you want to go to sleep, it shows you how to breathe correctly to go to sleep. It shows you how to breathe correctly when you're depressed. It shows you how to breathe correctly when you're upset.
Right.
So it just shows you like after meditation, it'll give you a breathing treatment or whatnot. So yeah, I feel like breathing is a super important thing, and it can help you just open your mind into trying to get your mind right, because it's not easy dealing with like mental health stuff. So you might need like a entry.
Right, especially with like COVID and everything going on, and there are also like other YouTube channels. Like I watched this one channel, I forgot what it's called, but it's like this Buddhist monk, and he talks about like his journey into like self-realization and learning how to detach from like everything going on in the world, and learning how to feel more comfortable being yourself. So there are like Buddhist monks on YouTube. That one lady I sent you, I forget her name. It's like
Asian
this
lady?
older Asian
I have
woman.
to
She's
watch her.
such an angel. And she's like, well, today we're going to talk about letting go. And we're just going to, like she's just such an angel. So yeah, if you can't, if you don't have access to therapy, there are other ways. And speaking of depression, didn't you say what did you say about the U.S. being relating to depression?
Before I get to that, I want to shout out the best YouTube channel right now.
Okay, go ahead.
Russell Brand, used to be an actor, British guy. He has a podcast where he talks about like he has like mental health experts on. He has like Buddhist people on, and he's like
I love
he's
that.
basically like just like he used to date Katy Perry. And he used to be like very I guess like of the world, that guy. Now he's just like a homeless looking
Yes.
white man that's just like going, and I love it. It's very interesting. So if you want to watch Russell Brand podcast, just type in Russell Brand on YouTube. It's the first thing to pop up. But
like
yes, USA, I didn't know this. The third most depressed country in the world. I think behind India #1 and China #2. And it makes sense, but I don't know. When you think of America, you think of like the high tech and it's the best country. America, my damn property.
Yeah.
You gotta tip your hat. Like it's what you think about. You don't think about actual like you may know people that's depressed, but when I think of America, I think of the most powered country in the world. But it's like people are sad. What I'm saying?
Very. I mean, that's why they looked up to Trump and things like that. I mean, America, I could see why, because we have such a trash healthcare system, having to pay for everything, having to, have health insurance, and, people are afraid to go to the hospital if they're sick, because all they can think about is, I'm going to get this hospital bill when I'm out. We don't have a strong support system. That's why everything just went to poop when the pandemic started.
Yeah.
You know, people were freaking out. For some reason, people were fighting over toilet paper. Like,
Why was that? I didn't get that.
I didn't get it either. I think it was like something psychologically going on there. I don't really understand why your top priority is wiping your butt while there's like a virus around. I don't get it.
I would think it'd be water, to be honest with you.
Right, water would be like one of the first things. And also, you know, they did release that whole what to do in case of a zombie apocalypse. So just saying, you know.
What would you do? You think you'd be able to survive a zombie apocalypse?
I feel like I could.
Think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I think you could. I could see. I could see you being able to make something out of nothing.
Heck
and go from
yeah,
there.
I would be, you know, running, training for it, you know, never know, World War Z type zombies or whatnot.
We should do like a weekend, like in the forest or
woods?
in the
Yes,
woods or something
that'd
like
be
that.
so much
A
fun.
podcast from the woods?
Yes,
Has that happened
okay.
before?
I don't think so.
You going to the woods with them?
It's basically.
Yeah, I got to record y'all, so I got no choice.
Okay. So it's gonna be the three of us. You be able to look out for the bears and stuff. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying?
Oh, that'd be so
I'll
much
bring the
fun.
weapons.
You bring
Yeah,
the
bring the
weapon. Yo, imagine we're
weapons.
podcast. He just runs. We like, what's going on? He don't even alert us. He just go out and run. That'd
You
be
see him in the
crazy.
background taking over, like, what's going on?
That'd be funny. But yeah, I feel like a weekend in the woods. That could be like the name of the episode.
Yeah, that would be great. We'd have to, like, get our own food and stuff.
Yeah,
like-
let's do it. I'm ready.
Ooh,
I want to do that. I want to go to the gun show.
Mm-hmm.
You really think the gun show is going to be dangerous? Like you're scared of the gun show? But
I'm
telling
not
you,
scared.
you said-
I said
you
I
said
think
we
I
wear
was
MAGA
trolling
hats.
it. Yeah.
You think there'll be a whole bunch of rednecks there, but it's not. Like
Oh.
it's going to be whites, it's going to be blacks, it's going to be all type of people. I don't know why when you're around me, I just want to get I almost said something really
I know
crazy
you
right
wanna
now.
get
I think you've seen it in my. I was about to say something crazy, but no, there's going to be all types of people there. I promise you.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I'm down. See how it goes, I guess.
You ever shot a gun?
I had a BB gun.
That doesn't count. Like you ever shot like a real gun?
No, I've never held a real gun. I've never shot a real gun. I've seen them, but
Keely goes to the gun range.
right.
That could be one. We shooting like high powered assault rifles.
Ooh, I guess that'd be. I'm trying to hype it up. I'm like, I don't.
I could see you being so uncomfortable around like all these guns. You're just like, what is going on?
Absolutely, because I mean, I'm sorry, I'm looking for my chapstick.
fine.
I just remember going to Walmart. I think I was like 11, and you know that was when Walmart used to literally sell guns. And as a young kid, I didn't think anything wrong with that because that's just how
Yeah.
we grew up. I mean, we are in Florida, Jacksonville, Florida to be exact. So that's just like the thing. And I remember picking out my BB gun. I was so excited. Like, what in the world? Like, what is? Oh gosh.
I remember I used to have a BB gun when I was younger, and I even had like the target thing. I used to try to like hit it on the thing or whatever. I remember we used to have shootouts with the BB guns. Like, what?
Oh
That was
my-
crazy. It used to be me, my cousin, and like other people, and like we'd be hiding behind bushes. Like, we would really be like, we were like in a real shootout, and like when you like get hit, you yell out like I'm hit, and you out. So you gotta like whoever last didn't get shot wins. Like we used to do some wild
Ouch, that
stuff.
seemed like
so-
it would hurt with BB gun.
Oh man, I was getting hit, and I remember one time I got shot in the booty. I was getting tore up, man. So yeah, that was fun times, fun times, man. Fun times,
Oh
fun
my
times,
goodness.
fun times. My brain is all over the place. Why are we talking about guns? Oh, the gun show, the gun show, the gun show. But no, I feel like low key when you shoot the gun, you're gonna be like, that was fun.
Maybe who knows?
Let's try. I mean, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah,
to
let's try it.
Doesn't
We'll
hurt to
try it.
If you have any suggestions on anything that you would want to see us do, so if it's
Yes.
Weekend in the Woods. What else?
Going to the
BB
gun
not BB guns,
show.
but gun shows. I don't know, something else that's just out of the
Something
ordinary.
crazy.
You know, something crazy. We go skydiving.
Oh yes, we always talked about that.
I always want to go
Gotta
skydiving. She always want to go skydiving too. So we
Yes.
go skydiving one day.
Do it.
Whatever, man. We'll see. But yeah, man. Third most depressing country. Very, very, very crazy. Do you like do you see that, like when you're like the people that you're around, like friends, family, or whatever, like do you see that third world country, but the third most depressed country, like do you see like is that around you immediately, or is that something that's not around you, depression?
For sure. Like I see it every day. And not to get too personal, someone that does have or suffer, someone that has depression, I see it for sure, but it's like Um, you just have to be very cautious of the decisions you make, being that even if you are in a state of depression or you're around depression, you have to find ways to kind of like, I don't know, get out of it or to find like healthy distractions, things of that sort, and like escapes in a sense. So yeah, I can definitely see America being like that, and like especially with money, like not everyone has the money to like live a glamorous or a more stable life.
No, I feel like a lot of people have these, and it's low key. It'll probably be higher because think about the people that they surveyed that didn't admit that they were depressed because they're probably too embarrassed. Because that's
Right.
a lot of people look at that as an embarrassing thing. Like I'm too strong. Like definitely men. You know what I'm saying? Like men
Yes.
may look at it
Toxic
like toxic
masculinity.
masculinity for
Oh,
real. Like
God.
people look at that. You're about to destroy the set right now.
I'm sorry.
He's going to be the third depressed person in the room when these mics are all over the
Right.
place.
Lip gloss
Sorry,
everywhere.
I got insurance.
All right,
Oh,
all right,
okay.
all right, all right.
See, insurance.
Big baller brand over here. So we basically, yeah, like it's basically so many people that's like scared to admit that, and I guess that goes back to the Jacksonville song that went viral.
Yes,
like those like those young, cause I mean they're like my age and younger. Like a lot of these like kids, like a lot of these people, a lot of these rappers are like from the hood. They've seen like so many dead people. I remember looking at 21 Savage interview. He was probably 24 at the time. It was a Breakfast Club interview, and they were asking him about like I guess like one of his dead homies, and he started talking about the rest of his dead friends, and he just named like 10 people and like that died of like murder, and he was like only 23. And I'm like, yo, those are like war veteran numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like if you know that many
Yes.
people that you grew up with that's not there anymore. Literally, G Herbo has an album cover where it's and he has a flag, and instead of the 50 stars is 50 dead people that he knows. And it's like, yo, that is like that's stuff
That's
that you really need to be,
very
that's
right.
PTSD
Exactly.
type of
That
stuff.
is
That's
PTSD.
depression. That's that can give you anxiety. That can give you survivor's guilt. That can give you so much. So I feel like there's so much crazy stuff, and I guess talking about like them looking at like a TV show, it's like it's like we're putting. I made a video last year. It said because the same thing happens with Chicago rappers. I said Chicago rappers have became an involuntary participant in a minstrel show. And I feel like the same things happen in Jacksonville because a lot of literally you go on YouTube channels. There's YouTube channels strictly about people getting killed in Jacksonville.
Right? Like strictly.
No, there's a Jacksonville channel called War in Jacksonville,
Are
and they
you
just talk about
serious?
strict Jacksonville beef, murders, this and that, and it's just like, yo, these are real humans, and we look at them as if they're not. And I think I said to you, this is probably the same people that was like Black Lives Matter and stuff, and it's like, yeah, Black Lives Matter, but hey, did you hear that song about those dead niggas? I don't know. I can't listen to
Right.
that type of music personally.
Me either. I mean, I feel like it's like more low vibrational, in my opinion. I definitely believe in like frequencies and stuff like that. I feel like some people vicariously live through that lifestyle. That's why, like Trap Lil Ross, for example, look at him. He's like, like this.
Not even American.
Right. He doesn't, where he lives is probably like nothing like the people he discuss about or the problems that they've gone through. Like he can't necessarily relate, so therefore he creates like these characters and these memes and like having the literal grapes talking like it's just like you can tell when someone doesn't really have much excitement in their life or doesn't have or isn't that like that happy with themselves or who they are. They tend to like live through people, live through things. So yeah.
By the way, speaking of white people, I just got a text from Ian the intern.
Ooh,
Shout out to Ian the intern. That
shout
guy's
out to
pretty cool.
him.
Told him I gotta call him today. But yeah, I would agree. I feel like a lot of people live vicariously through them because it seems exciting. Like
Right,
it
right.
seems, and it's not even just white people. It's black people too. When I did my video, "Why Do Girls Like Hood Guys?" A lot of girls were not from the hood, and they were hyping it up. I asked her why, and she said because it's like Call of Duty. You know?
What?
She was like, she said it's like Call of Duty. You be in shootouts, ducking and stuff. It's fun. It's exciting. And I know
my
this girl because
gosh.
I know one of these girls because they went to middle school, I think, with me. Parents raised her perfectly, and it's just like the fact that we glorify that, and then we contradict ourselves with like the Black Lives Matter statement. It's like do they? It's like if they do, then it's like you should
Right.
like be helping this instead of
Right, we should
encouraging
be-
it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, like the black community, how we were talking about, we should have a stronger community. We should have a stronger, we should have more respect for our community, more of a, just a community for that matter, because it's like, who really cares about the lives of Black people? We have to, as Black people, care in a sense.
It's like so many years of like the government and white people like tearing it down and putting
Right,
drugs in the community and
manipulating.
this and that. That at this point, white people don't have to do anything because I'm not gonna lie, it's like I remember reading something or seeing this interview with this KK member. He was like, "We don't even kill the niggas no more. We just get a pickup truck, drop it off in the hood with some machetes and some guns." Let them kill each other because it's like it's so much damage, mental. It's like it's
PTSD,
it's
things
that
of that
PTSD, is all of that, and it's just we're damaged, and
Right.
we need help. You know
We
what I'm
need
saying?
stronger communities.
Yeah.
Like, food deserts are very much a thing. Like, I would consider, like, well, like, is that like Dunn Avenue where there's like Popeyes and there's like a McDonald's and then
right here.
yeah, there's like a Popeyes, a McDonald's, and then
It's everything, every fast food you can imagine. Wendy's,
but
all that.
right, you don't see a Whole Foods, you don't see a healthier vegan option, you don't see things of that sort.
My camera's dying. We're just going to break the fourth wall.
It's dying. Okay,
I was
that's
trying to be
fine.
professional.
Nah,
It's
I mean,
okay.
come
I
on.
thought something was going on.
Yeah, because he was looking very worried.
Yeah, I was like,
Your camera's good though, right? All right, so it's straight. My
is
fault.
it okay?
No, yeah, it's on. I seen
okay.
it.
So I guess we.
Yeah.
I don't want to look at the wrong
No,
camera.
you're fine. You're fine. No, I seen us. Like it looks like it don't even matter which camera you look at. You'll be looking good. I promise.
Okay. But yeah, it's like our communities are so torn down. Like we have food deserts. We have our education system is failing us. There are things, people refer to as like the projects, being in food deserts. Like you're already in these, you already have so many obstacles to overcome in the first place. So I can see like having the mindset of like, being angry or being, I can understand that. I can understand those feelings as well. And it's like, that's what they want us to do. That's what the media wants to perpetuate. That's what they put, as trending,
Yeah. Let's bring segregation back, right?
Don't.
I'm kind of being serious.
I remember we were talking about this as far as like the education system.
Yeah.
Like,
no, everything. Segregate everybody, man.
I mean, I can understand that because when I went to Paxton, like I remember having a white teacher, and specifically she was like my math teacher, and she was so mean, and I was like, why is this lady so mean to me? Like I wasn't understanding the work. I remember like I came in after school to take a test, and I was just sitting there, and I was like, well, maybe she'll bring me the test or she'll ask me. She didn't ask until like 30 minutes until her after school time was about to be done. She's like, so what are you here for? And I was like, well, you told me to come make up a test that I missed. She was like, so you waited till last minute, like making a chaotic scene. It's just like, so I can see having more or being more comfortable with a teacher that you can relate to. So yeah.
I remember. You remember Mr. Smith?
Oh, I love Mr. Smith.
He looked like Mr. What's the guy on the rice? Uncle Ben. He looked like Uncle Ben. And I remember one time I had his my African American history class was in 10th grade, taught by a Romanian man named Mr. Vesa.
Oh my God.
No idea why a guy not from America was teaching a American Black history class. Couldn't even tell you. So I remember one time like he was arguing about something because he said something that was like factually wrong, wasn't even like morally wrong. He just said something. I was like, yo, that's not true. And he was like, yeah, I can't even do a Romanian accent, but he did. He was just saying like it wasn't.
It's
Whatever.
like Dracula or something. I can't even do that. I don't know. I was gonna try.
He does sound like Dracula. That's why that's funny. He does sound like Dracula. That's super. That's funny. He sounds like Scooby Doo, right?
Why would you?
That's you guys on the inside, right? Anyway, that was a good one. You snorted on that. That was a good one. But yeah, I remember having being a student aide for Mr. Smith class, and man, he was just saying things I've never heard before because he taught the African American history class completely different than Romania, man. He said that he was like, yeah, man. He was like, I ain't mind being segregated. He was like, I got integrated. I ain't like them white kids. He said, I ain't like them white kids. Them white teachers ain't want to be around me. I ain't want to be around them either. And he was just saying how the teachers at segregated school, they treated him better.
Right.
They really cared about him. But when he went to the white school,
It was different.
you know,
right?
so he was basically saying that he didn't like integration because he felt like it was a whole bunch of black people that wanted the white man's approval, and he was like, we could have been equal, separate, but you just wanted to be like you wanted. We had our own clubs, but you wanted to be in a club with the white man. So that's basically what he was saying, and it was just I've never heard at that time in my life I never heard it talk to it like that, because usually when you hear about segregation you just hear about like bad things or whatever,
Right.
but I've never heard a black person that was like. Because of course there were terrible things going on during segregation, but he was saying that if it was executed differently, he thinks that it could have been a different outcome, because he was saying that there was a thriving, I think it was like a bus station or something in Jacksonville or something. It was like a big company, but after integration, it was no need for that because we're going to go with the bigger white company instead of this black company. And then a lot of black businesses at that time, they started to plummet because it's like, okay, why support this local black business when I could just go to Starbucks? You know what I'm saying? So he was just saying it was so many things that people don't think about when you think about segregation. And I just never thought about it that way. I just thought that was pretty interesting at the time he told me that.
For sure. Like, I can understand that 100%. Like, my grandma, who's white, I remember I asked her, I was like, so what did you think about? Because she was, I think, in like maybe 9th grade when they integrated. And I was like, so what did you think about it? And she was like, well, I just remember me and all my friends were afraid because, you know, the only black people we seen, or not, I shouldn't say seen, but the only thing they could relate to was like freaking Tarzan or something. They're like, oh, we thought they were gonna come swinging on like vines and like, and they're gonna come with weapons and stuff. We were scared. They were scared, and I was like, wow, like you were scared, but. Like, it was
That's
ridiculous.
my point. Like, the black people didn't have to worry about that at their own school.
Exactly.
You know, like they didn't have to worry about that in their own supermarkets of people judging them and things like that. They were fine. But when they started to go in integrated areas, and it's like, whoa,
right?
we
Like, we're okay.
So.
Like, I understand. Even, I mean, in a sense, in school, we segregated ourselves. Like, at First Coast, like, you know, there was like
Clock
at
tower
lunch
kids and things like that.
right? Especially at lunch. Like, I remember looking, and there was like a table with like predominantly like people of color, and then there was a table like predominantly like white people, and it was just we naturally just. You know.
You super segregated though. You would sit with like one person. You would sit with like Kirsten or something, or Kirsten, excuse me.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. I just in my own little world.
You're like they're swinging from vines. It's crazy. They were at first. I'm not. It was some crazy stuff at first. I seen somebody get pistol whipped. Somebody tried to stop the pistol whipping. No, so he was getting beat up, and then somebody tried to stop it, and he flashed a pistol. And was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go about my day, and they just let the guy get beat up, and he walked out and went home. Nothing happened to him. He never got reprimanded for that. So yeah, I mean, First Coast was a different life.
Different.
I remember a white boy, weapons and stuff. I remember this white boy. He told the teacher, he was like, "Well, yeah, I got my shotgun in the car and stuff." I was like,
yes.
It's normal,
I remember this one boy. I specifically remember him because I went to Paxton with him before I transferred to First Coast, and I remember he was like, yeah, I came to First Coast and I was wearing my hat with the rebel flag. I had my belt on, had my camo top with my rebel flag. I walked out of class and all 3 boys jumped me and took my hat, and I was like,
that was crazy.
I mean, you.
I remember this story that they were in class and this white boy was listening to the song by this guy named Johnny Rebel.
It was like
That was called You Ought to Send Them All Back to Africa. And I actually went to go listen to it. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. But his rebuttal, I'm not going to lie, pretty fire. Pretty amazing rebuttal. They was like, bro, what you listening to, bro? Like, man, what this is? He said, I don't tell you what to listen to when you listen to your music. I mean, I don't know what to say. You got a good point there. But I think they beat him up. I'm not gonna lie.
They did. I remember I remember it was like a big thing because he didn't get in trouble, but the kids who beat him up got in trouble.
Yeah, it was crazy stuff, man. That was
wild.
But in the 90s, First Coast was worse. I'm pretty sure he can attest to this. In the 80s, it was worse, right? I'm just messing. It's just no First Coast in the 80s. But no, like in the early 2000s and like the 90s, did you ever hear stories? I know they used to hang eulogies of black people and stuff.
My uncle, he went in, I want to say middle 90s or 95. He got jumped by some white kids.
Oh, that gave me goosebumps.
Yeah. Because he was, because my family from New York, so they had just moved to New York, so he was all on that.
I would have lied about him, bro.
He was all on, he kind of was asking for it. He was all on the I'm from New York shit. And they beat him up.
Hey, it's like it was like
It was just like the video.
Oh
That's
my
why that
God.
video hit home.
Oh my gosh! Have you ever seen the video of the guy getting beat up at the gas station?
What video?
Oh, we gotta. I don't know. I hope I can. I feel like simultaneously linking this, but I'm finna show you this video. This is a guy, classic video. What is it, like 8 years old at this point?
Yeah.
Black guy.
He got beat up so bad, my grandma put him in private school.
Oh my
Ooh,
gosh.
no.
And I didn't want to laugh when you say he's from New York. I can just imagine how he was. Like, man, wait, you from Harlem?
I think he was from Brooklyn. Yeah, Brooklyn.
Yeah, I can just
Yeah,
imagine.
that's where my mom from. My mom's from Brooklyn.
I'm from Brooklyn. Oh, this is a classic video.
What? Okay. The accent. Ooh.
Hold on. He got beat up so bad that at the time on Twitter, nobody was talking about him getting called a nigga. I didn't even know that
Yeah, I think
until
people
recently.
realized that till like last year.
Yeah.
Bro, I did not know that until recently.
Yikes. Ooh. Ooh. Oh no. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes.
He's in trouble now.
Oh, that's a big guy on top of him. Look how big that guy is. Oh no. I can't. That just makes me upset. That
You
makes
get
me
the
want to
gist
fight.
of it, but I would imagine that's how it went with your uncle, probably.
Oh no.
I'm from New York, and they was just like, "We from Ocean Way, nigga. We don't
That's
care."
a whole new breed. Like,
But yeah,
for
that's crazy, man. Yeah, I went to. I mean, my cousins and stuff. They went to First Coast, and they was like early 2000s. They would like hang like effigies of black people or whatever, like at the clock tower, and just a lot of crazy. It'd be race riots and stuff at First Coast. That didn't happen when we went. By the way, First Coast is a high school that I
Yes,
think didn't like
it's
Lil
like
Duval go to First Coast, something like that. So it's like it's a couple famous people that went to
like
First
a
Coast.
known.
Yeah, it's a no, you know. So, but yeah, it was crazy. A lot of was it mixed, more blacks? What was it?
I would say it was like
40-60 it felt like to me.
yeah.
40
it was
40
a
white,
predominantly like
60 black, I
black
would say.
school. Like I did enjoy that aspect because before I went to Paxton, it was very different. Like Paxton is like a magnet school. Like it was like less. I would say it was less people of color for sure. But yeah.
I know a lot of people. I feel like there's a lot of blacks at Paxton's.
It was a lot of black people that went to Paxton for sure. But it was like I don't know. It was just different. It was different.
Didn't Adam go to Paxton?
Yeah, he did. I
love Adam,
I knew him
man.
since like forever. We used to live in like the same neighborhood.
Gosh, Adam is the best, but I love that guy. But yeah, I mean, I guess we could probably, wrap up episode 1. I feel like we talked about a lot.
I feel like that was a well-rounded.
They were like, this stinks.
I hate these people. That girl is so stupid.
She stinks.
Boring.
I'm unsubscribing. They love to say when they're unsubscribing. I've been they like to say how long they've been following. I've been following this for 6 years, and after seeing this, I'm unsubscribing.
I'm done. I hate this.
I don't know, man.
This sucks.
We'll see, man. The Wholesome Hour. I mean, are we going with that? Is that you let me know how you feel about that.
Okay,
I don't
either the Wholesome Hour, everything sucks, or they can come up with a thing.
You got something?
I like the Wholesome
The
Hour.
like
Wholesome
the
Hour?
Wholesome
Yeah,
Hour?
I like it too.
So we got 1, we got 2. We'll see how you guys feel about it.
Right, you guys.
You people feel about it. Any last words?
Just
How
make sure.
often do we do this? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe Wednesday seems to be like a thing.
Let's see how the response is.
Yeah, we'll
go from
see.
there. But yes, any last words? I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. Just I hope whoever's listening to this is having a good day, night, evening, whatever it might be. Just stay hydrated. Stay self-aware. meditate maybe.
Yeah. I feel like we were very negative. So for this to be a wholesome hour, we got to like
I gotta wrap it up.
Next time we got to talk about some positive. I mean,
Right.
this
We
sucks.
did.
It stinks. The world stinks. So I don't know. We'll see. But I appreciate if you watch this. How long is this?
An hour, 43 minutes.
Wow.
So if you sat down and watched a whole, that's like
Or
basically
listen
like a
to,
class period, like high school. So if
right.
you sat down and watched this,
I appreciate
you're a pretty good
you.
person. And yeah, I don't know how to sign this off. You want to sign? I'll let you sign it off for us.
Oh gosh.
You be the signer offer.
All right. Well, that wraps up the episode. Have a good whatever you're having. Much love. And I think that's it. Thank you for listening and watching. Peace out.